Welcome to the Healthy Mental Hippie Podcast, where art and wellness collide. Well, hi and welcome back to the Healthy Mental Hippie. Yay! Today we are here talking about influencers. Yes, you heard that right. We are talking about influencers today. And I think some people have like a love-hate relationship. Some people just have like a straight up hate relationship with influencers when we're talking on the big sense, right? Or people selling products, giving product recommendations, sponsorships and ads and blah, 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 blah. Or people feel, I don't know, that maybe they're just not authentic or whatever the case may be. I don't really care. The thing is, a lot of those people do connect with a large group of people, and they're making a positive, hopefully, impact on these people's lives, right? I think it's really easy for us to have a lot of hatred towards influencers, right? Where we're judging them from every little tiny aspect about them and forgetting that really at the end of the day, they're just like you and me. I might end up taking this on a little tangent as well, but they are just like you and me. The point of it all, though, is the fact that influencers don't have to be online people with, any tens of thousands to hundreds of millions of followers. They absolutely don't have to be. Influencers don't have to have a social media following. Call me wild. Influencers can be your cute doggy. I think mine's laying behind me. Your influencers could be your children, your parents. The fact of the matter is, every single person on earth is an influencer, for better or for worse. We are all influencers to somebody or something in our lives, right? It could be to your coworkers and your business partners. It could be you're an influential person in your friend group, and that happens super often, right? Sometimes people have the one friend group leader, and that's whatever. It's great. You might have a small following, and people are always really interested in what you have to say. There's so many areas. I mean, it could be at your local community center, your clubs or classes you take. It doesn't matter. Everybody's an influencer. We all make an impact on the lives of the people around us. This means God, do I repeat them again? It means to people like your partners, your family members, your coworkers and colleagues, your neighbors, the people on the streets, you have influence over them. Or maybe it's not necessarily influence, but you make an impact on their lives in some sort of way. If you're that person that always parks in front of your neighbor's drive, you're making an impact on their life. You're not influencing them in a positive way, but you are influencing still. I think sometimes, even though we have this small role, if you will, where we don't have massive followings online, or we're not celebrities or whatever, that we think that we are insignificant and that actually we just float around in our day-to-day lives and no impact and nothing really happens. And I am telling you that is a load of shite. Because here's the thing. Think of how many times you've had one interaction with one person that has made a dramatic impact on your day and potentially on your future life. You can think about, there's that story that went around a long time where the kid cleaned out his locker and the guy helped him carry his books home and they became friends, and that saved his life. That story's been probably around for close to 30 years. But there's so many stories like that where your life, it can be impacted so deeply by just one person and one interaction. It's amazing how something can touch our soul so incredibly deeply. On the other side, of course, there are negative impacts of different interactions that could have long-term effects, right? I hate to say it, but yeah, accidents, assaults, that kind of stuff. emotional and physical abuse. Yeah. If you get right down to it, to be honest, they are also influencers on your life. And that's actually something I've been continuing to work through over the last little while too, is if you weren't aware, listening to other episodes or whatever, but I do have PTSD from past relationships and things like that. And it's been wild to work through that. And as I go through the healing process, little things come up, and then I have to, hey, that's the next piece, and we got to check off the list to work through and things like that, right? But so one person, I mean, a few people through life, but one person in particular had this incredible impact, and they made this deep influence on me, and that has shaped how life has gone since, right? And sometimes it's hard to come to terms with how deep of an impact people have had on our lives. And again, whether that's positive or negative, you just kind of go like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine life without this person. They have been such a positive force through my entire life. Or you have those people that are like, how did this even happen? And I can't cope and I can't function going forward. And it's tragic that we have to have those experiences. As I continue to talk to people and learn about people, I've always kind of said that my goal is to leave people better than I found them. And I can't deny sometimes I'm really great at this and sometimes I'm not, because I get a little too much in my own head. But it's important that we try to make that impact and try to have a positive influence on somebody's day or on their life, right? At the end of the day, we have that power to change somebody's life, to help them or to harm them in tremendous ways. I think if we can hold that in our minds and in our spirit on a day-to-day basis, then we really have that chance to make positive influence, to make positive change, and to really help people and help humanity on like such a huge scale. You probably can't even fathom it right now. I mean, if we had like 100 people that were just dedicated to positive influence, right? You just said like, yeah, this is my mission. Well, they're going to spread that influence and it's going to go and it's going to go. And I think truthfully, as much difficult stuff as there is out there in the world, and it's very painful to look at sometimes everything that's going on, I do believe that the majority of people are out here to influence good, to influence happy and growth and change and excitement and all the best things. And so through this, I hope that you think about the kind of influence that you are leaving on the people around you or to your social communities or whatever the case may be, because no matter what, even if you don't see yourself that way, you absolutely are an influencer. And we should take that role seriously because we make far more of an impact than we ever feel like we do. So I'm sending you tons of love, and I hope you have an amazing day again. We'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks so much for joining us on the Healthy Mental Hippie podcast. For more ways to connect, go to www.healthymentalhippie.com.